If you take one thing away from this, let it be this. Don't wait until it's too late to start living the life you were meant to live. Don't wait for time to teach you what wisdom could have shown you today. Be intentional about your time. Be careful about who you allow into your life. Embrace failure as a lesson, not a loss. Seek purpose over possessions. And above all, never let fear stop you from becoming everything you were created to be. Your time is now. Live before it's too late. There's one thing you can never buy back, never borrow, never rewind time. And yet it's the one thing people waste the most. We live like we have forever, pushing our dreams to someday, waiting for the right moment, as if life will pause until we're ready. But time doesn't wait. It moves with or without you. Every second you let slip through your fingers is a second you'll never see again. How many people wake up one day, years later, drowning in regret, realizing they spent their life chasing distractions instead of destiny? They say, I'll start that business next year. I'll travel when I have more money. I'll fix that relationship when I have time. But next year turns into a decade, money comes and goes, and one day they realize the time they were waiting for is gone. The truth is, you don't lose time all at once. You lose it in the little moments of hesitation, in the excuses, in the waiting. If you knew how fast your life was moving, you wouldn't waste another second. If you understood that today is all you truly have, you wouldn't wait until tomorrow. Stop putting off your dreams. Stop wasting time on people, habits, and distractions that don't serve your future. Because the scariest thing isn't running out of time. It's looking back and realizing you never really lived. Look around you. The people in your life are either pushing you forward or holding you back. There is no in-between. Some will inspire you, challenge you, and make you better. Others will drain your energy, plant doubt in your mind, and keep you stuck in the same cycles year after year. And the hardest lesson people learn too late is this: the wrong people can cost you your destiny. How many dreams have died because someone surrounded themselves with small-minded, visionless people? How many brilliant ideas never came to life because a friend, a relative, or a so-called mentor filled someone's head with doubt? That's too risky. You're not smart enough. Nobody in our family has ever done that. Those words, those voices, those seeds of doubt take root, and before you know it, you're living a life that wasn't even yours to begin with, just a reflection of someone else's fears. You cannot expect to soar while keeping company with those who are afraid to fly. If you surround yourself with people who have no ambition, no discipline, no hunger for growth, don't be surprised when you find yourself stuck in the same place year after year. The energy around you is shaping your mindset, your confidence, and your future. If you're constantly around negativity, your dreams will suffocate under the weight of their doubts. If you're surrounded by people who settle for mediocrity, you will slowly convince yourself that mediocrity is enough. But when you choose to surround yourself with visionaries, with doers, with people who challenge you to be better, something shifts. You start thinking bigger, you start believing in yourself, you start moving differently. Because when you see someone else breaking limits, you stop believing in limits. One of the most dangerous mistakes you can make is assuming that everyone who started with you is meant to finish with you. Some people are only meant to be in your life for a season, to teach you a lesson, to show you what you don't want to become. But too many people hold on to relationships that expired years ago, keeping themselves trapped in an environment that no longer serves their future. If you want to go far, you need to protect your circle like your future depends on it, because it does. Your circle is either lifting you higher or pulling you under. Your circle is either pushing you toward purpose or keeping you comfortable in complacency. Choose wisely, because the people you walk with will determine how far you go. Failure. Just hearing the word makes most people uneasy. They avoid it like a disease, fearing what it might do to their reputation, their confidence, their future. But what they don't realize, what they learn far too late, is that failure is not a wall, it's a door. And the only way to unlock your potential is to walk through it. Some of the most successful people in history failed more times than they succeeded. But the difference was they didn't let failure define them, they let it refine them. Yet most people are so afraid of making mistakes that they never take the first step. They stand on the sidelines, watching others take risks, chase dreams, build legacies, while they convince themselves, I'm not ready, what if I fail? What will people think? And so they stay in the same place year after year, living a life far beneath their potential. Not because they weren't capable, but because they were too afraid to fall. But let me tell you something, the greatest tragedy is not failing. It's never trying. The people who succeed in life are not the ones who never failed. They are the ones who failed, got back up, learned, adjusted, and kept going. Every time you fail, you gain something invaluable. Wisdom, resilience, experience. That lesson, that knowledge, that grit, those are the tools you need to reach the next level. Most people think failure is the end, but it's actually the beginning. The first time you try something new, you might stumble, you might get rejected, you might hear people laugh at you, doubt you, call you crazy, but let them talk. Because every failure is a lesson. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every no you hear is getting you closer to the right yes. The difference between those who make it and those who don't isn't talent, it isn't luck. It's the willingness to fail forward, to take the hit, to learn from the fall, and to get back up stronger. So stop fearing failure, fear staying the same, fear waking up years from now realizing you let fear rob you of your destiny. Because failure doesn't kill dreams, fear does. They told you that success would make you happy, that if you work hard enough, earn enough, achieve enough, you'll finally feel complete. So you chase it, the job, the money, the recognition. You push yourself to exhaustion, believing that once you get there, wherever that is, you'll finally feel fulfilled. But what they never told you, what most people learn too late, is that success without purpose is just an expensive emptiness. How many people have everything they once prayed for and still feel hollow inside? They drive the dream car, live in the big house, have their name on a plaque. Yet when they sit alone in silence, they feel a void they can't explain. Because real fulfillment doesn't come from things, it comes from meaning. And if you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, all the success in the world won't fill that emptiness. You see, happiness isn't found in the trophies, the applause, the bank account. It's found in living a life that matters, in doing something that lights a fire inside of you, in waking up every day knowing that your existence is making a difference, that your work is impacting others, that your life is about more than just survival. But too many people chase the wrong things for too long, only to realize, far too late, that they were climbing the wrong mountain. They spent decades building a life that looked good on the outside but felt empty on the inside. They chased success at the expense of their peace. They sacrificed time with loved ones for a career that replaced them the moment they left. They spent their youth chasing wealth only to realize that the one thing money couldn't buy was time. The saddest moment in life is not when you fail, it's when you succeed at something that never truly mattered. So don't wait until it's too late to ask yourself, what is my purpose? What truly fulfills me? What kind of impact do I want to leave behind? Because real happiness doesn't come from what you get, it comes from who you become and how you use your life to make a difference. Fear is a silent thief of dreams. It doesn't announce itself loudly, it doesn't crash through the door, it creeps in quietly, whispering doubts into your mind, convincing you to play it safe, to wait, to stay where it's comfortable. And before you know it, years have passed and you're left wondering what could have been. But by the time most people realize that fear was the only thing standing between them and the life they wanted, it's too late to go back and change it. People think failure is the biggest obstacle to success, but it's not. Fear is. Because fear stops more people than failure ever could. Fear keeps you from applying for that opportunity, from starting that business, from speaking up, from taking that leap. And the most tragic part, fear doesn't prevent failure, it guarantees it. The very thing you're afraid of, wasting time, missing chances, not living up to your potential, becomes your reality the moment you let fear control you. How many people reach the end of their lives and say, I wish I had been braver? They don't regret the mistakes they made. They regret the chances they never took, the dreams they left buried inside them, the love they never expressed, the risks they never dared to take because they were too afraid of what might go wrong. But here's the truth. The pain of discipline, the pain of failure, the pain of rejection, they are all temporary. But the pain of regret, that stays with you forever. You will never feel ready. You will never have all the answers. There will always be reasons to wait, to hesitate, to talk yourself out of taking action. But greatness doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It happens when you step out in faith despite the fear. The only way to overcome fear is to do the very thing it tells you not to do. To feel the fear and move forward anyway, because on the other side of fear is freedom. On the other side of fear is the life you were meant to live. But you'll never know that if you let fear make your decisions for you.